Is taming animals worth it? Should you do it? And what is the point? Taming animals will unlock the ability to get specific food buffs that you can get only by taming. You can see that this bear is S tier and it has traits. The better the rating of the animal, the more traits it can get. This bear, however, doesn't have the trait that we're looking for. It has acidic meat, it has true grit, resilience, thick hides. I'm gonna put this in my base so I can show you. You can actually take these animals back into your backpack if you don't want them to sit in your base. So just like that, press H, and it goes back in there. Once you keep them in your inventory, they will not starve or they will not lose tameness. So basically their stats are frozen. But you can see that this animal has 100% tameness. What you're supposed to really do is you get animals from the wild, bring them back to your base, you feed them over and over to get energy and hydration up, and once that's up, you'll just gain tameness. And with that, once you reach 30 tameness, 50 tameness, and 80 tameness here, you'll unlock traits. So for example, this one's on 100. There's no point going above 80% because the highest stat is unlocked last on 80%. So as soon as you reach 80%, you can already kill the animal. Or as soon as you actually even reach 30%, that's when the first trait will unlock. And if you like the trait that you get, well then, you can just already start and kill the animal. Now, I don't advise getting C or B tier rating animals. I advise only getting either A or S. If you take a look at the traits this bear has, it does not have quality meat. We're looking for quality meat to get pristine meat. From deers you can harvest byproducts, and with these you can just craft butter. Now, anything else than byproducts, all you get from taming animals and killing them is pristine deer meat, pristine rabbit meat, pristine goat meat, and pristine pork and pristine bear meat. That's basically it. If you ate these pristine meats, you would get the food buffs stacked on top of each other. So for example, here you can see in my box, I have gradually restores HP when not in combat. You could eat this, which is made with normal goat meat, and then you could also eat the pristine goat meat. And these both would stack. For example, right now I'm going to show you and sacrifice my pristine meat just for the sake of this video. Max stamina 25, and then we're going to eat max stamina 40 as well. You can see my stamina is increasing over and over. Then we have max stamina 100 and dish bonus effect duration is 50%. And then we have max stamina 100, dish bonus effect magnitude 20%. If I eat this, I will get stamina. As you can see, increases all the way like that. And now we ate a pristine deer meat, I believe. Next one is this one, which is a pristine rabbit meat, but let's eat it. And if you take a look at my stamina bar, it doesn't stack. Instead, it just got replaced by the other food buff. So this is the maximum stamina you're gonna have. And I think that 3 rings of stamina is the highest you can have. And basically, I have almost infinite stamina. I can just keep rolling over and over. Basically, you can only eat 1 of pristine stamina buff. You cannot have 2. Because as you saw, it did not really increase. Now, if you take a look at the pristine buff right here, it says max HP plus 15% and dish bonus effect magnitude 20%. What this does is just increases your dish effect. So I guess if you crafted a canned lunch meat and the core effect of that food buff is 10% increase of HP, which means instead of 10% of your food buff, you would get 12% for your max HP increase. So basically you can have only 1 pristine buff of each type. For example, pristine deer meat is stamina, which means if you eat deer meat, then you cannot eat pristine rabbit meat. It's either deer or rabbit. You choose 1 of each type. Then we have pristine beast meat, increases pollution resistance. It's either this one or it's either pristine crocodile meat. For pristine goat meat, there's only 1. So right now, since I ate the stamina buff, I'm gonna quickly get this bear out. It has a quality meat perk on it. As you can see right there, small chance to the meat obtained from killing animals will be rare. That's what we want. So all I need to do is just click H. And when you slaughter animals, you will see if it gives you pristine bear meat or not. And the way you get pristine is, again, the trait, quality meat. If you don't have that, you will never get pristine bear meat or whatever animal you're slaughtering. So let's get that. And now when I slaughter it, I should get 1 meat or 2. We got 5 pristine bear meats. Okay. And the reason why we got 5 is because we also have a chef's knife, and that increases the yield as well. I'm also gonna do the same with this bear, because this one also has the trait of quality meat. And you can see it has quality meat 2, tier 2. It's not 1, it's 2. Medium chance that meat obtained from killing animals will be rare. So let's slaughter this one and let's see how much we will get from that. Pristine bear meat. Boom. And we get 6 pristine bear meats. Okay. Alright, so we're going to quickly make the food buff. Let this dude do his job. So we have 11 pristine bear meat. Let's craft only one. And I'm going to cancel the other one. So we crafted the dish bonus effect magnitude plus 20%. It's basically just an effect increase. If I crafted pristine pork meat, the pristine pork basically gives us dish bonus effect duration instead of the effect boost of 20%. You can see that I crafted 2 instead of 1, and the reason for that is because we have a gold mimetic, which is mini canner, and what it does is gives you canned goods plus 1 yield when crafting canned goods. That's why it's so good for pristine meat. Anything that is canned, which it says here, will give you 2 yield instead of 1. So let's eat this max HP buff. If you take a look, our HP right now is 17,317, and if I eat this, we should be able to get up to 20k HP. Let's see. And look at my stamina. You can see that the stamina still stays, so we did not lose it. But you can see that the buff doesn't show up in the actual list here. So you cannot really see the bear meat stuff. But now if you take a look at our HP, we have 19,368 HP right now. That's the 15% from the bear pristine meat. So here's where you should grow. Rabbits for max stamina and dish bonus effect 20%. Next, you should grow goats. When not in combat, recover 3% max HP per second. Dish bonus effect duration 50%. That's 2. And 3, you're gonna have to grow bears to get yourself max HP, dish bonus effect 20%. That's 3 animals you have to grow. And all of these 3 pristine meats that you ate will stack together with normal deer meat, which increases your stamina, with normal pork, with normal rabbit meat, with normal goat meat, and with normal bear meat. Now here's the thing, if I ate this movement speed buff, let's do that. Take a look at my HP right now. It drops to 17,000. Now the bear food buff is still there. We only lost the core effect of 10% of HP increase of that. So basically all you need to do is just craft pristine buffs into canned lunch meats, eat them, and then once you're fully stacked with all of these max stamina buffs and other stuff, you can easily eat any other food buff you want. Let's say this hot dog or the movement speed or sandwich, whatever, as long as you ate the canned lunch meat for the bear meat first. In the description I will provide you where you can find the animals. All you need to do is click over here on the right side. First of all, you need to translate your stuff. All you need to do is click filter here once you go to this link, and then click deselect all, and then click animals. Flock means goat, by the way, so that's where you will be able to find them. Now my best spot for finding animals is over here. So there's the teleport tower in Chalk Peak to the left side of the map. You teleport here and then you run exactly here. There's going to be a lot of deers and there's going to be a lot of rabbits. And there's going to be also some boars as well. But again, I don't advise getting deers because the rabbit pristine buff is better than the deers itself. What I like to do to get bears easily, all you need to do is TP to the north of Chalk Peak to the left side of the map. You just go to the cave here to the left and you enter the cave, you'll find a lot of bears in there. Now to start capturing animals, all you need to do is press O, click mimetics, search up animal. On the bottom left of the search, click here. You learn the animal capture to get the tranquilizer throwing needle, and then you learn animal taming as well. This is just to feed your animals. Now lastly, you need to go to Chalk Peak, and there's a recipe called a spectral canned mushroom over here. In game, this is where you can find it, in the Norton farm. So you just go there, and once you do, you'll find the recipe of spectral canned mushroom. You get that, and when you craft it, of course, if you have the mini goods buff, you will be able to craft 2 instead of 1, and it costs just deviated morals to craft them. And the way you get these moral seeds is you loot storage crates, blue storage crates and towns, and once you do get seeds, you just plant them. First of all, you gotta get a lot of them, so you'll probably have to use breeding boost. But once you do have enough seeds, you just use mutation boost, or just use a normal fertilizer. Just plant lots of them. In no time, you'll get deviated morals. Now, what this spectral canned mushroom does is it emits a blinding light that stuns nearby monsters for 3 seconds. You do not need to use knives or throwing knives to, capture the animal. So this is really good for capturing rabbits, you just basically run to them and they will just get stunned. Once they're stunned, you just grab them back to your inventory. Now, there's a food buff called Anti-Gravity Milkshake. Because you will be gathering so many animals in your inventory, it's gonna fill up your weight by a lot, up to probably 1000 weight. So what you can do is craft yourself Anti-Gravity Milkshake. What this does is makes your weight go to 9999. I became German there for a second. Now, once you have so many animals in your inventory, all you have to do is check for the grades. If the grade is terrible, like if it's a C or B tier, all you need to do is click use, put it in your base. You just click slaughter them and you kill them. Now the food I feed to bears, it says favorite food fish for bears is fish. You just search up feed and you make meat pellet feed for the bears, and I just use bear meat. You craft like 50 of those and that's how you feed your bears. You don't need to fish really. Of course, if you have fishes, you can also feed them. Some fishes are kind of useless, so just feed fishes, the ones that you don't need. Obviously, don't feed them the good fishes, which are the sea bass, which gives you 10% fire rate if you make this into a food buff, but you know. If you decide to grow deers, well then their favorite food is wheat and corn. I just feed them corn basically and that's it. For rabbits, I feed them basically cabbages and nothing else. I don't know, I think the favorite foods don't really do shit. So, you know, you can either feed them saffrons, which are these, but personally I just grow cabbages and I just feed them those. Also, quick note about the anti-gravity milkshake is if you use it, then you cannot use the spectral canned mushroom. So you only use the anti-gravity milkshake if you want to get loads of bears. And do note, if you craft a lot of knives, they will be kind of costly in rubber and in engineering plastic. So use these knives only for bears and nothing else. Now let's get our knives and go get some bears, man. This is where I like to TP, as I said, left side of Chalk Peak. And we're gonna pay a visit to the bear cave. Now we are at the cave and the entrance is literally there. One cool thing when you go here, you can find some mushrooms. So while you go here, make sure you collect some of them. And look at that, I got a grow shroom extra large. I believe that's a shiny shroom that we just got. Like, I mean, just as I spoke about it, we get a large grow shroom, except it's level 1 only. Snooze aficionado. I don't know what that means, but grab the mushrooms, boyo. Anyways, once we get here, we have to slaughter some bears. I'm kidding, we're not gonna slaughter them. We're just gonna damage them a little bit and stun them. Now, again, this food buff does not work for stunning big animals like bears. It only works for smaller like boars, like deers, rabbits, so... But yeah, it's really hard to miss your knife on a bear, man. Don't you dare miss a single knife on these bears. And if we take a look at our ratings we have B rating, we have B, C, C. Okay, so we still need to keep looking for more. Yeah, these knives are very expensive to craft, so make sure you don't miss them. We got a grade 8 tier bear, as you can see. Now, I could be using this, but I think I will stick to S tier. Now, the ratings don't really matter much. It's basically the traits you get is what matters the most. However, I've never tested a C rating grade animal. Like it says, unlocks when tameness reaches 20. You probably could get quality meat on it, but I think the chances are slim. I'm on B rating, I'm pretty sure 100% you can get quality meat. If you reach tameness 20% on this B rating bear, and it was quality meat on the first trait, then you could slaughter it and it will give you pristine meat. But basically the quantity of pristine meat you get depends on the trait you get. Quality 1, quality meat 1, or quality meat 2, or quality meat 3. So I'm just still gonna try to get an S tier. We got... Now we have 2 grade A's. Okay, so this bear we got is an S tier, as you can see. Boom. There it is. We got 1 S tier now. Nice. And as you can see, we have 419 weight out of 9,999. So I can just keep doing this until I run out of knives. I don't need to go back to base or anything. It's not going to be annoying, you know. I'm still going to run fast and stuff. So boom to you. Boom to you. Get them all. Now the good thing is, if these ones that you are getting has bad rating, you can just kill them for some meat and it's not gonna go to waste, you know. Right into my backpack, sir. Thank you. There's no way, dude. There's no way I loot another mushroom just randomly. I wasn't even planning to loot it, actually. And I got this. That's just crazy. What is this luck now? The game is finally starting to reward me, dude. Alright, it's time to clean up our inventory. This is gonna take a while, by the way. I have to literally do this with every single animal, dude. And find out which one is good grade and which one isn't. It's gonna be a very tedious process, but... yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of bears we got there. The wool farm. I can open a wool meat shop after this, bro. Now I have to harvest all of these dead bears that I slaughtered. Alright, so after cleaning up, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 S tier bears. And that's about it. So I'm gonna grow these first. And that's how we do it. Now this bear for some reason is underground. I don't know why. Well, hello there. Hello there. How you doing? Hello there. I'm gonna get that guy. Recall him. And I'll fix him later, I guess. But this rabbit that we got, I need to now slaughter it because it's literally full tameness. And gives me pristine rabbit meat. Because there's no point to keep going above 80% since we already got the quality meat here. Now with the meaty perk right here, it doesn't, I don't think it increases the yield for pristine meat. However, I'm not sure. So let's slaughter this and see how many pristine rabbit meats we will get from him. Boom, we got 1. Only 1. Yeah, I think I'm just unlucky with this one. I don't think it matters. Like, I don't think the meat yield matters. It just has to be quality meat 1, 2, or 3. Now, since this bear I have is trash, it gives me acidic meat, no quality meat, so that means I won't get pristine meat when I kill it. I'll get only acid, which sucks. These perks that you get on your animals, for example, that increases attack, for example, increases PSI intensity, or gives like any buff, these are just basically for your animal. This bear can basically attack for me. Alert status, standby status. And if I put it on alert status, I guess it just attacks for me. And if you have good perks on it, like inflicts power surge or something, then that bear, once it attacks the player, just inflicts power surge. Or once it attacks anything else. So that's all it does, really. Now you can see my buff ended and I cannot fit any of these bears. So I would have to put them into the boxes, like here. And we're good to go again. Now, I'm not really sure what the whistle does. It literally seems to do nothing, so I don't know why that's even in the game, but anyways, this bear has to go. Doesn't give us what we need. So, goodbye. We got unlucky with this one, and it was S rating as well. You can see we got 38 acid from killing it. Yep. So now, since we slaughtered so many bears, I have to make a feed for the other ones. So all I do is just make meat pellets, craft all the bear meat into these, and once it's done... Alright, so we're done making the food. All I need to do is just yoink it in for the bears. Bon appetit, my friend. This is the easiest way to feed them, really. And it could be any meat, it doesn't have to be bear meat. And by the way, if you have a deer that gives you a premium output trait, small chance that food byproducts obtained will be rare, then you can get a pristine milk from it. But since it's hungry, I cannot really like harvest it, so you always have to feed it. So instead, I'll just kill it. Good night, sir. I will never need you again. We get literally 13 hides and 10 meat for it. We got nothing for killing that deer, by the way. So all I stuck to growing now is bears and rabbits, and soon I will start growing goats. The easiest way to find goats is just go here, TP to Forsaken Giant. Alright, we got some goats. Boom. There they are. I don't need to like damage them or anything or shoot them. All I need to do is run up to them and use my Spectral Can Mushroom buff. Get them out. Boom. I'm gonna get quite a decent amount. And this one is grade A, this one's grade A, grade B. And yeah, this is where we are. This is the exact spot for these goats to find them. There's nowhere to run, brother. There's nowhere to run for you. Gotcha. What just happened? Bro, I just flew. They need to fix this game, man. They need to fix this glitch. Where you literally run off the edge and your character speed runs for no reason. This goat pushed me off the mountain, dude. Gotta be careful here. Alright, well, I collected a lot of goats, but we did not get a single S tier though. I only got A tiers, which is unlucky. I'm just unlucky, man. But I'm gonna clean my inventory quick. Now, goats eat corn, as you can see. So, I think the best would be just farm corn and feed them that. Like, if it eats a corn, it's gonna gain 5 energy here, I think. There you go, it ate it, and it got 5% energy for 1 corn. Now, surprisingly, it's eating cabbages, and it seems like it's working. So, cabbages, corn, you can literally feed them that. It doesn't really matter. It's eating another cabbage. What the from 34 to 33. Boom, it ate it. And energy is 80. So, I mean, yeah, same shit. Well, my conclusion for taming animals is if you don't PvP, there's almost no reason to even bother taming animals because they serve no purpose other than defending your base, which you don't really need to do that. Unless you just want to have animals for the looks, then yeah, you can tame them, obviously. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and peace out.